off. It'll be received around the 30. And it'll be tackled once it gets to about the 36, maybe the 37. Looks like they're going to put it at the 37. And that's where Hopkins will start this first drive off. First and 10 from there. And there's a flag. I think it's going to be some sort of illegal procedure penalty on the offense, and it will be, so that'll back Hopkins up. Put the ball at 32, and first down at 15 now. And it'll be a handoff, a double handoff, but it's mishandled on the second handoff, and it's going to be a huge loss on the play. Tackled it back at around the 29, maybe the 28. It's trying to be a trick play there, and the second ball handler couldn't quite handle the exchange. So the ball is placed at the 29. Loss of about 3. So it'll be second and about 18 now, if my math is correct. With a penalty before first down, and then the loss of yardage there. Quarterback's looking to throw here, and there's a receiver wide open. And he'll get back to around the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little past that. So nice gain on second down. They're going to put the ball down at around the 40. So it should be a third down at about 8, a gain of about 10 on the play. I'll try and speak louder as the drums get closer. Well, now they're backing the ball up. I'm not sure if there was some sort of penalty or not. I'm guessing there had to be, because they're putting the ball back at around the 19. There must have been some sort of hold or something on that last play, so it didn't count. Now it'll be second down and probably about, I'm not even sure anymore, 28 maybe? Second down and very long, let's put it that way. Quarterback's looking to throw again, and now he can't find anyone to throw to, so he's just going to take off. And he's going to find a little bit of room along the left-hand side, but not much. He ended up gaining about 1, maybe 2 on the play. Puts the ball right around the 20. So it'll still be third down and very long. The first down marker is at the 38-yard line. So that would make it third down at about 18. For this first drive of the game, we've gone down to just about 6 minutes and counting in the first quarter. Quarterback looking to throw again, but again can find no one to throw to. Now he's just kind of running for his life back there, right around the goal line. And he's eventually just going to toss it. It lands in the middle, a bunch of different players, and luckily it falls harmlessly incomplete. That was a very dangerous throw. It ends up being incomplete. It'll be fourth down and 18. So it'll be a 3 and out there for Hopkins, even though there are more than 3 plays, because there was a penalty that I didn't know about. But regardless, it went the wrong direction, and Hopkins will look to punt. And it's a fake. And it is complete, but it's going to be well short of the first down. I'm not sure why they would attempt a fake punt there when they had almost 20 yards to go for the first down. So it's going to be a turnover on downs, and that's going to give Southeast a very good field position. They're going to be placed right at around Hopkins' 29-yard line on their first possession of the game, down to 5:33 in this first quarter. Not sure if that was a planned fake or not, but it kind of looked intentional. Regardless, Southeast will get the ball for the first time. And now a whistle is blown. I think we're having some clock issues. Surprise, surprise. Had that the past few weeks. So Southeast has a 1st and 10 at Hopkins' 29-yard line, maybe the 28. I believe it is at the 28. And they're just looking to run it up the middle, and we'll get a decent gain there. Take it down to the 24-yard line, so gain of about 4. 2nd down at about 6. The band is starting to get into position in the stand, so you might hear some music. Hopefully you'll still be able to hear me. Another run up the middle. This one didn't go very far. If anything, he might have gained a yard, a half a yard. So it'll be 3rd down at about 4 or 5, give or take. It looks more like a 3rd down and 6 or 5.5. And the quarterback's looking to throw this time, and it bounces off the receiver's hand. There was a receiver in the area, he got his hands on it, but he couldn't quite bring in the pass. So that'll make it 4th down and about 6. Let's see what Southeast decides to do here on their first possession of the game. More than halfway through this first quarter, down to 3:40. The clock stopped with that incomplete pass. Looks like Southeast will go for it, not surprising with the good field position they have. Hopkins looking to make a stop here. And it'll be handoff in the backfield, but there is a Hopkins player that gets back there and meets him immediately. The ball was on the ground, but I believe the runner was just trying to throw it and get rid of it, so he didn't lose the yardage. Hopkins player picked it up, but it's not a fumble. It's an incomplete pass. Regardless, it was still a turnover because that was 4th down, and Hopkins will get the ball back. So good stand by Hopkins defense after the offense and special teams kind of backed him up into a corner. So Hopkins will get the ball back right around where they started their last drive. The ball is at the 24-yard line on Hopkins' side of the 50. It'll be another run play for Hopkins with a very modest gain. I believe he gained about 3, it looks like. 2, maybe 3. Let's make it 2nd down at about 7 or 8. This time they'll try and run up the middle, and that one's actually going to be successful. But there is a flag thrown at the end of that play. We'll see what the flag is. As it stands right now, I think he got just enough for the first down, but there is a flag down. Actually saw the flag that time. And it looks like it's going to be on Hopkins because all the players are walking backwards. Still haven't seen a signal. Oh no, it's against Southeast. I've indicated a face mask. Southeast must have dragged the runner down by the face mask, so that will help Hopkins' case here, at least with field position. They'll be finally on the other side of the 50. Looks like they're gonna put it right around the 44, the southeast side of the field. So be first down and 10 for Hopkins from there. Gonna try another run up the middle and get an intermediate gain. Looks like a gain of about 4 or 5. Looks like they're gonna put the ball at the 41. So I'll call it second down at about 6. Down to 2:30 and counting in the quarter. Still no score so far. Each team has had the ball once. This is Hopkins' second possession. A little bit of a high snap. Quarterback's able to get it and looking to throw, but the throw is too high. So it falls incomplete. It'll be third down at about 6. The intended receiver is well covered, so that high throw might have been intentional. Regardless, falls incomplete. Actually, might have been mistaken on how much they gained on the first down play. It looks like it's more like third down and 8. This is going to be a handoff. The running back's going to try and go along the left-hand side. He's going to find some room back there, and it'll be enough for the first down. He was pushed out of bounds right at around the 31. There'll be a new set of down for Hopkins. Getting some positive offensive plays here after the first drive didn't go anywhere. Quarterback looking to throw again. He's kind of scrambling, running the wrong direction. He's got to hurry and get rid of it. Sorry, he went so far backwards that you didn't see the end of that play. But it's a huge loss, tackle on the other side of the 50, all the way at the 42. It's a huge loss. The quarterback should have gotten rid of that ball, but didn't. I apologize for bad camera work there on my part. The timeout's going to be called. Maybe you'll give me some time to figure out how many yards they need for a first down. It's a lot, so let's put it that way. It's probably going to be close to 30, maybe even 40. The first down marker is on the southeast side of the field at around the 22, maybe 21 and a half. The ball is currently at the Hopkins side of the 50 at the 42-yard line. So if my math is wrong, you can correct me. That timeout stopped the clock with 1:09 left in the first quarter. Again, still no score. Actually, I must have lost track of a down there because the down marker says, oh, never mind, they just changed it. It did say fourth down. I thought it was third down, but now they've just changed it to third down. So I was right. So it's third down and forever. Hopkins going the wrong way after they had some positive plays. That one is dropped by the receiver. It was in his hands. He just couldn't squeeze it.
Testing.
So now it'll be fourth down and very long. I imagine they would punt, but I thought that last time and they did not. So I will assume to know nothing. aren't going to go for it. And it was 4th down and forever. There was a receiver and open, but the quarterback overthrew him slightly. That might have intentionally gotten a lot of yards, but the quarterback couldn't quite connect with him. The throw was a little high. So again, Southeast will have good field position starting on Hopkins' side of the 50. Hopkins had a promising drive going there, but the huge sack that was a loss of probably about 20 or 30 yards really set them back. Down under a minute left in the quarter, and Southeast will get the ball for the second time. Hopkins was able to stop them on a 4th down, stop on the first drive. And there's a whistle, not sure why. And it's offsides against Hopkins, it looks like. So that will make it 1st down and 5 for Southeast, making their lives a little more difficult. The ball will be placed now at about the 38, it looks like, maybe the 37. Apologize, I lost track of who had the ball there. It was a handoff and the run was along the left-hand side of the line. Able to get to about the 30, actually past the 30 at about the 29, maybe the 28. And that'll be a 1st down for Southeast. Down to 10 for Southeast. This time they'll run up the middle, and Hopkins is indicating that there might have been a fumble. I didn't see one. It doesn't look like the refs did either. So, looks like just a straight... Oh. Actually, there might have been a fumble. Now the down markers are going the other way. I never saw one, and I didn't see a signal by the refs that it was going that way. But I very easily missed it. So it looks like Hopkins got the ball back on the turnover. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Hopkins. So twice now Hopkins' defense has been backed up and deep in their own territory, but have been able to stop them. So Hopkins will get the ball back, try and run up the middle, and he's found a lot of room. And he may not be able to be caught. He's going to run along the sideline and he's going to score a touchdown. I do not see a flag on the field, but of course that doesn't mean much. But I see no indication that this play does not count, so it looks like it will stand. Missed him. So after the defensive turnover and the fumble recovery, Hopkins is able to get a long run and score first in this game. We're down to 9.3 seconds left in the quarter, so right before the first quarter ends, Hopkins is able to break the scoring stalemate and get on the board first. And now they'll attempt to go for 2. Quarterback's looking to throw it. And there's a lot of receivers of traffic in that area, and it falls incomplete, but a bunch of flags fly. So I imagine it's going to be pass interference of some kind. There was a lot of traffic over there. I imagine it's going to be on the defense for some sort of pass interference, so I think Hopkins will get a redo a little closer to the end zone, if I'm correct. It is on the defense. Looks like it's actually a personal foul. But regardless, the result is the same. The ball will now be placed at, I believe, the 2? I'm not quite sure where, but closer to the goal line. And we will try again. This time they're just going to try and run up the middle. Runs have been successful tonight, and he's able to get in the end zone this time as well. So the 2-point conversion is successful, and Hopkins now leads 8-0 right before the end of the first quarter. Again, down to 9.3 seconds. So we might be able to get the kickoff and maybe one play before the quarter ends. We're looking to get started with the second quarter here, eventually. Hopkins leading 8-0 as we get the second quarter underway. Southeast has the ball at around the 26, 27-yard line on Hopkins' side. It's going to be a run along the right-hand side, and he'll gain a few yards there. It's got to about 32. So maybe a gain of about 5, maybe 6.
All 8th grade parents, please report to the bottom flat by the gate at the mark of 3 minutes. Thank you.
So it'll be second down and about 5, I'm going to say. A straight handoff right up the middle, and he's thrown down after gaining about 2. Looks like. So it looks like he's just short of the 35-yard line. say the 34 and a half. So it'll be third down and about 4. Handoff right up the middle, and he's not going to get the first down. Gain probably about 1, maybe 2 yards, and it's going to be fourth down and short. Fourth down and about a yard, maybe 2 yards. Southeast will go for it on this fourth and short. Again, fourth down and 1, maybe 2 yards. 5:30 left in the second quarter. And we'll try and run along the left-hand side, and looks like he got enough for the first down by about 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards. Got to about the 39. So it'll be a new set of downs for Southeast. And another handoff around the right-hand side, and not much doing on that play. Might have gained about 1 yard, but it looks like it's going to be placed roughly around the same line of scrimmage, about the 38.5, 39 yard line. So I think it'll be second down and 10. I believe that the timeout has been called. So that will pause the clock at 4:20 left until halftime. And Hopkins is leading 8-0 currently. While we have a break, I will point out that once we get to halftime at this rivalry game, there's usually more halftime festivities, as it is also the last game of the regular season, so it might be a little longer than normal. They usually try and keep it around 10 minutes, but we shall see. But hopefully you will bear with us, despite how long it will be. Southeast will have about a 2nd and 10, maybe even lost about half a yard, but call it 2nd and 10. The fake handoff and then a throw. There's a receiver wide open, and he's able to complete the pass beyond the 50, and it will be a first down for Southeast. Ball will be placed right around the 46 on Hopkins' side of the field. First down and 10 from there. Maybe another run up the middle, and he's going to find not a lot of room, but I was watching the wrong player again. Run along the right-hand side. He was able to get about 6 or 7, got to the 39, second down and about 4. losing track of who has the ball. Clock continuing to run now to 3:15 and counting. And there's some early movement. Hopkins definitely moved, but we'll see if they were drawn off by Southeast. The refs are saying no, so there'll be an offsides against Hopkins. They're saying that penalty is enough to give them the first down. So I guess they needed less than 5 yards. So it'll be a fresh set of downs via the penalty for Southeast. Right at around 39, it looks like. Oh, the 34, excuse me.
All Hopkins Middle School 8th grade football parents.
And that runner is met immediately as soon as he gets the ball. Right at the line of scrimmage.
Thank you so much.
No gain of the play. Actually, they're going to say he lost about a yard, maybe 2. The ball will now be placed at the 36. Loss of about 2, actually. So it'll be second down about 12. Down to 2 minutes and counting. Clock's still running. The quarterback looking to throw here, and he's not going to get a chance to. It's going to be sacked at about the 40-yard line. Another loss on the play. It'll be a loss of about 5. Make a third down and about 16, I believe. Clock's still running, and it's down to 1 minute and 32. Counting. Hopkins trying to make a stand and hold on to the lead before halftime. Pitch in the backfield, and it's going to be a run along the left-hand side, and it's going to be dragged down after a short gain of about 2, maybe 3. Ball's going to be placed at about the 38. It'll still be 4th down and about 13-14. And a whistle is blown. I believe there's going to be a timeout called because there's under a minute left until halftime. We're down to 58.5 seconds. Behind the line of scrimmage. It looks like it's going to be a double pass again. There's a receiver wide open, but it was just overthrown. That play could have worked. This receiver was open, but the pass was just a little long. So again, Hopkins defense does make a stop on 4th down. Defense has been the name of the game for Hopkins so far tonight. A few big stops. So now Hopkins will have the ball back and exactly 50 seconds to work with. The ball will be placed on their own 37th, maybe the 38. So we'll see what they decide to do here with under a minute to go. No idea how many timeouts they have, but they should have a few. They're going to try a pass behind the line themselves, but this is actually just going to be a straight run. And he's going to get not quite to the 50. He's going to be pushed out at about the 49. But running out of bounds will stop the clock with now 41.3 seconds to go. So no need to call a timeout. The ball is indeed at the 49. That'll be first down and 10. But the down markers are not quite as important as the clock at this moment. Hopkins trying to get down the field and add to their lead before halftime. Again, it'll be the same play, running around the side, but this time he'll be looking to throw. And the defender had a better chance of catching that than a Hopkins receiver. The receiver had to turn into a defender, but it falls incomplete. So it'll just be second down, and the incomplete pass stops the clock with 33.4 seconds. Hopkins has tried a few of those trick plays tonight, and not a lot of them have been successful. Quarterback looking to straight up throw this time. There's a receiver out there, but again, slightly overthrown. Would have been a short completion anyway, so the incomplete pass might have actually been better for them. Stops the clock at 28 seconds exactly. And it's now third down and 10. Again, but again the quarterback has to run and scramble because there was no one to throw to, and he had heavy pressure. He's going to get what he can, get on the other side of the 50, gain about 4, and a timeout will be called to stop the clock now with 14.9 seconds to go, and it'll be fourth down at about 6 or 7. Fourth down and about 7 with 14.9 seconds to go. And the quarterback is going to get sacked back at around the 45 on southeast side, Hopkins side of the 50. For halftime, but I believe the clock should have stopped after a fourth down stop. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to contest that, so I believe we've reached halftime. And as I said earlier, it is the last game of the regular season and quote-unquote senior night, so there'll probably be more festivities during this halftime, so maybe a little longer. But hopefully it'll be done in around 10 minutes as always, but stay with us, and we'll be back. That is indeed the case. The ball is on the tee. Hopkins is set to kick off. So Hopkins will kick off to Southeast. Southeast will get the ball to start the second half, down by 8. He'll be bounced around and picked up around the 20. And he'll be tripped up as soon as he crosses the 30. We'll probably say he got to the 31, and that does indeed be the case. So that's where Southeast will start its first drive of the second half. First down, 10 for Southeast. See a lot of motion in the backfield, and again, a pass is thrown. This time it's not completed. The defender was there to bat the ball away. It might have been too high regardless, but it falls incomplete nonetheless, and it'll be now second down and 10. Southeast has run several of those plays where there's a lot of exchanging in the backfield, and maybe that's why I keep losing who has the ball. So second down and 10. Again, if the ball's at 31. Pitched backwards to try and go around the left-hand side of the line, and there's not a lot of room over there. Looks like he gained about a yard, and there's an injured Hopkins player on the field. We will pan away and have a pause as they see to him. Luckily, he looks to have gotten up quickly, and now he's down again. He tried to get along to the sideline on his own, but didn't quite make it. Again, just getting started in the second half. The clock stopped at 6:58 here in this third quarter. Southeast has the ball, but Hopkins is leading 8-0 currently. And it looks like the Hopkins player is able to get off the field under his own power. A little gimpy, but hopefully he will be okay. So as we resume, it'll be second down and 10 for Southeast. Naturally, they hadn't moved the down marker yet. They're actually moving it back much farther than the play, so there must have been an offensive penalty on that play as well that I did not see. I never saw a flag or a signal, but it must have been on Southeast because they've pushed the ball all the way back to around the 16-yard line. So now it's about second down and 20. They'll try to run up the middle again, and again, not a lot of room there. I think they're going to say he gained about 2, so that'll make a third down at about 18. So a third down at about 18, I believe, give or take a few yards. For Southeast here on their opening drive of the second half. Again, they're going to try a run along the right-hand side, and again, not gain a lot. They gained about 4 at the end. Ball's now at about the 24. It'll still be fourth down at about 16 or so. Southeast taking a lot of time between plays, taking a lot of time off the clock as well. Down at 5:20 and counting here in the third quarter. But it'll be 4th down and long, say 4th down and about 16, give or take. Hopkins trying to get another stop on defense, which they've had a lot of. And now there's a flag on the play. I believe they're saying Southeast took too long, so I believe that's a delay of game penalty. Doesn't surprise me, because Southeast is taking their sweet time. So that'll back them up even more and make it 4th down in about 20-21 after the delay of game penalty. The ball is now at about the 18-yard line. Quarterback looking to throw it, and there's a lot of defenders in the area, but not quite met. He threw it over the middle, and it was almost caught by a Hopkins defender, but couldn't quite make it to the ball. It lands incomplete, but it will be a turnover on downs. Hopkins will get the ball back, and they'll have very good field position at Southeast 18-yard line, definitely inside the 20. So they don't have very far to go to try and extend this lead. Oops, sorry, bumping the stand. First down time for Hopkins. Quarterback's just going to keep it and run along the right-hand side, and he's going to find a lot of room. Now he's being pushed backwards. The ball came out, but it looks like a Hopkins receiver was able to fall on it. The runner was kind of handling the ball loosely and it popped out, but luckily one of his teammates was there to keep the ball for Hopkins. It ends up being a gain of about 8 at the end of the play, so it'll be 2nd down at about 2. The ball is placed just short of the 10, so called around the 11. Going to be a straight handoff this time. It's definitely going to be enough for a first down. It's going to be a touchdown. There's a huge hole created by the line at the line of scrimmage, and Hopkins is able to easily run it in for a touchdown, making the score 14-0 in Hopkins' favor with a 2-point conversion attempt coming. And another handoff straight up the middle. The runner will get into the end zone. So for a successful 2-point conversion, making the score now Hopkins 16 and Southeast nothing. With now a little less than 4 minutes left in the third quarter, 3:53 to be exact, as we reset for the next kickoff. Picked up around the 20 by Southeast, and tackled once they get to about the 35. And that's where Southeast will take over in the next possession. actually put the ball at the 36. First down and 10 for Southeast. Quarterback looking to throw. He will throw, and it'll be caught. But able to track down right after he gets the first down right at around midfield. It'll be first down and 10 for right at the 50. Southeast, so that'll push them back onto their own side of the 50. Should place it right at the 45. It'll be first down and 15. Quarterback's going to be sacked from the backfield. There was pressure very quickly by Hopkins on that play. The quarterback's looking to throw, but didn't have the time. It's going to be a loss of about 2. It looks like they're going to put it right around the 43. But I think I see something yellow on the field. Not sure if that's a flag or if that's somebody's shoe or something. Hopkins does wear yellow, so it's hard to see. Okay, it doesn't look like there was a flag. So it should be second down and call it about 15, maybe 16. Probably actually a little bit more. Looking to pass again, and that was nearly intercepted by Hopkins. The defender jumped in front of the receiver and nearly got a pick for another turnover, but it falls incomplete. Now it'll be third down. And actually looking a bit closer. It's probably closer to 17. Or if you want to be vague, just say third down and long. That stops the clock at right exactly a minute to go in this third quarter. And Hopkins leading 16-0. And Hopkins is jumping on it, acting like it's a backwards pass. Not sure what the refs are going to call. Quarterback threw it for another one of those trick plays with a lot of motion in the backfield, but I don't think he and his receiver are on the same page because there was nobody in the area where he threw that ball. I think they're going to call it an incomplete forward pass. That seems to be what they're calling. It's hard for me to tell from up here if it did indeed go forward. But they're calling it fourth down and another. No, it wasn't a loss. Okay, so if it was an incomplete pass, it shouldn't have been a loss of yardage. The ball's right at around the 36, and it's fourth down and long. And the quarterback is met again with pressure, and he's just trying to get rid of it. Kind of threw it at the feet of the rushers coming at him. Ball's incomplete, but it will be a turnover on downs again. Hopkins defense standing strong and able to get the ball back for their offense inside of Southeast territory. 10 seconds to go in the third quarter, so Hopkins may be able to get one play off, and then we'll have to run to the other side of the field. Hopkins has good field position, right at around 36 on southeast side, and they'll try to add to the 16-0 lead. Bit of a bumble on the exchange, but able to be corralled by the running back, but I think that slowed down his momentum a bit. Still able to get some positive yardage, but only about 2, maybe 3. And that'll be the end of the third quarter, with Hopkins leading 16-0 as we move to the other side of the field. Lost a yard. Back to the 17, so it'll be second down at 11 for Hopkins. So second down at about 11 for Hopkins. Lost a yard on that last play in case you couldn't hear me. Ball is placed at about the 17-yard line. This time it's going to be a straight run for the quarterback and going to gain a few yards, but not very many. Might have just gotten back the yards that were lost in the previous play. Actually, they might have said he gained no yards. Looks like they're going to keep it up to 17, so it'll be third down at about 11. Down just over 6 minutes left in the game. Hopkins leading 16-0, but trying to extend it with good field position. Looking to throw here. There's a receiver open, but it's bounced around a few different players, with the receiver surrounded by about 3 different Southeast defenders, but it falls incomplete. That'll make it fourth down at about 11 from the 17-yard line. The incomplete pass stops the clock with 5:58 left to go in the game. And now there's a whistle. I believe a timeout has been called. about 11 from about their southeast 17-yard line. And somebody jumped early. Southeast definitely crossed the line of scrimmage. I don't know if they're drawn off. Nope, they're going to say it was on Southeast. So that will help Hopkins in this 4th down try. The offsides on Southeast make this 4th down try a little bit easier for Hopkins. That'll probably make it about a 4th down and 6 now, making it a little more manageable. Quarterback faked a pitch forward, didn't actually end up throwing it, is going to try and run, give what he can. There's a receiver in the end zone, but couldn't quite connect. I do see a flag thrown. There is a flag on the play, though. If this is on Southeast, then Hopkins still has life. They're calling it an ineligible player downfield, it appears. Actually, he pointed on Southeast side. The signal was patting his head. I thought that meant too many men. Or an eligible man downfield. Maybe that's too many men? Again, I need to refresh on my hand signs. But he pointed in Southeast direction, so it was a defensive penalty. I'm not sure if that will be enough for a 1st down or not. It was 4th and intermediate, so if it was a 5-yard penalty, it might still be 4th down and short. They haven't readjusted the down markers yet. Looks like it's going to still be 4th down, but 4th down and very short, if I'm reading this correctly. Or is it? No, sorry. It must have been declined penalty. I'm sorry. I'm very lost now. Must have been on Hopkins. Maybe I was right. Southeast has the ball. 1st and 10. Going to try and throw downfield, and there's a fight for it. But it fell incomplete. Sorry about my... Moving down field! Moving down field!